Good morning, everybody. So I don't want to say, of course, that it's a happy Memorial Day because the whole point of the holiday is that it is for somber remembrance. But uh, for those who are remembering loved ones, I hope your memories are fond ones and that it soothes their loss. Uh, for those who are not immediately connected with someone who has sacrificed their life for our country. I hope that those who have are in your thoughts today. And that also, after all that, that you have a good weekend of rest. It's been a busy one here and a good one, actually. Uh, my my son tested for his first degree black belt on Saturday, and I think he did okay. We won't hear the final results of his test until his regular class on Tuesday night, but I think he did really well. If he did not pass, then it's going to be awfully close. I think he might just have some cleanup stuff he has to do. The one thing he thought that he struggled with was his sparring, which I get, it's not his favorite thing to do. But I was very, very proud of him. And then yesterday they had their demo performance where all of the different schools within his martial arts community got together and they kind of put on, it almost was like my dance recitals from when I was a kid. But it was like a demo team competition between all of the schools. And my son's school won his division with the schools that have been open for a certain number of years. So I'm very proud of them. And they did awesome. They really did awesome. So it was a good weekend. My mom and my brother came up for most of it. They came up on Thursday night and they stayed until yesterday morning. And in addition to all of the martial arts stuff, I took my mom and my brother up into Massachusetts to where we're thinking of looking for our new house. Gave them just kind of, a bit of a lay of the land of where we're going and the town vibe we're kind of looking for, and the house vibe we're kind of looking for. And because the timing worked out great, my mom and I went to one of the towns that I personally am really kind of pinpointing on. There were a couple of open houses on Saturday, so we went, and they were like a few blocks apart. So we went to both of them. One of the houses I absolutely loved, and it really just had that like good energy about it, and just was a very good, easy, practical house to live in. It had a lot of pluses. It's a shame that we're not ready to drop down now and move, because this would be one I'd look at my mom and go, the other one was a cool house in the sense that it was an old house that had a lot of potential, but it was walking right back into kind of a fixer-upper situation like we are here. So not the right house for us. But still cool to look through. The kitchen in it was amazing, but that was about all. The rest of it needed work. But yeah, it just was a good weekend. So I feel a little tired. Yesterday I was exhausted. I feel better today, but it was a good weekend. And today we're just kind of having a slow morning. My husband and my son are playing video games together right now. So if there's a little bit of background noise from on occasion, I apologize, but I do have my door shut to my office. So hopefully not too much will bleed through. And then later today, we're going to go see the Mandalorian movie. So, and in the middle of all that, we'll be doing some more packing around here. So it's a good Memorial Day weekend. It really is. So today during sprints for this morning, mostly so I make sure I continue to get some stitching done. I am going to be working, I figured since it is Memorial Day, I would work on something that was a bit more themed. It's not really patriotic themed, but it's American themed. So I am doing Coming to America, which was released for the 400th anniversary of the excuse me, the Mayflower coming to America. And last night I spent a couple hours completely picking out, well, I'm almost done picking out the ship, because I realized while I had everything else was stitched with one strand of floss, that for some reason I had stitched the ship with two, so it was looking weirdly bulky, and also I had some counting errors. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna redo this. So during this sprint, I'm going to be finishing picking out what you see in that brown there above the wave, and then restarting. But yeah, I'm going to be focused up here today. And this is also on my Whip Go list. So that's my plan for today. I will be listening to 12 Months by Jim Butcher during these sprints. And I think I'm the only one here this morning, since I'm kind of stitching at a weird time, but that's okay. How these sprints are going to work is we are going to run 3 sets of 45-minute sprints. And while I'm thinking about it, I probably should bring up the counter, because I didn't do that because my coffee hasn't completely kicked in this morning. We'll run 3 45-minute sprints. And between those sprints, we'll have about a 5 to 10 minute break to chat and go get yourself more coffee or whatever you need to get through the day. There will be a lot of coffee in my future today because it is cold and rainy and just kind of blah outside. And then we will repeat that 2 more times, and then be on our way. I do have the mention that I would do, a wrap-up sprint, but I don't think we're going to need that today, but we'll see where we're at. If it gets super busy, maybe we do need one. And that's about it. Just for my live stream notes, this coming Sunday, I will be back on schedule at 5 p.m. And then I expect to be on schedule going forward until like the second week of July, because I'm not going anywhere. I also, just for a random note, the first weekend of June, I'm going to be doing an impromptu set of sprints that Saturday in addition to Sunday. My husband is going to be away with the guys. I'm going to be able to just kind of hang out and do my thing. And so we're going to stitch. And I will be hosting sprints on Saturday. They are already queued up on my live page, so you'll know when those start. I didn't check before I got on here, but they're on there. And that's about it. All right. So I'm going to get us started on our first set of sprints today. Let me get us, I think we're going to start out on the coffee image today. And I apologize if I sound a little funny today, but I am a little sniffly. It's me being in the early morning. It's just the coffee hasn't quite kicked in and everything. So, but I figured, you know what? I haven't done morning sprints. Let me try some morning sprints. Okay. So we are going to, let me get my, there we go. All right, I am going to put us, I kind of just want to like hang out. Do we have a, yeah, we're just going to have her do some morning coffee right now, I think. And we definitely need a fire in the fireplace because it's cold this morning. Oop, no. It is very cold this morning here in New England. Okay. So we got our times. All right, everybody. So I will start this off now. Happy sprinting, and I will see you in 45 minutes. Oop. No, I won't. Come back here. There we go. All right. Happy sprinting, everybody. Alrighty, everybody. How did that sprint go for you? Mine went well. I got all the rest of my frogging done. So I have taken out that whole ship and we'll be ready to start next sprint in putting it back in correctly. Because having the stitches in right is kind of a key. But yeah, I got all that done with like a couple of minutes left. And then my mom has been texting me some photos from the weekend between here and also visiting my relatives that are down in Pennsylvania, because she started off there since my cousins were graduating from college and there was, big party celebrations and all that kind of stuff. So been getting a few of those photos from her. And yeah, that's about it. So it's, it's a nice, quiet, cozy morning. Let me see. While we were in that sprint, let me get to my brain is not quite firing on all cylinders today. So apologies if I'm like talking myself through things, because I'm just like not quite waking. The coffee is just not coffeeing yet today. So Tula came in. I was like, hello, hello. And she said that she's having a reading break after work. And then she will be working on her second market bag and other whips. Very nice. And I said that I was doing some stitch ripping, aka frogging, at the moment to get myself back on track, as I just explained. My friend Peggy popped by and said hello. And Jill was like, oh, nice, which I know it's being kind, because we never like to be de-stitching, but sometimes it has to happen. And I said hello back to Peggy, and that's kind of where it left, because it's been a quiet morning, but I'm not surprised, because after all, I don't normally sprint at this time. And Memorial Day is kind of an odd holiday. So, a lot of people are off at events this morning, whether they're parades or whether they're off at events at the cemeteries and whatnot. A lot of them around here got canceled because of the weather. Just because it's been gross, like most of the weekend. And of course, then tomorrow, as we all go back to work, it's supposed to be about as gorgeous as it possibly could be, because, it's New England. That's what they're going to do. But yeah, I know a lot of people are out and about today and doing other things, or since it is 9:30, if they're out on, the West Coast in California, it's only 6:30 in the morning there. So it's a bit early. But yeah, so since it's quiet here, I'm just going to get us going on the next sprint. And I think that's where I'll leave it. So, all right, let me get us going. Oh, Liz just popped in. Hello, Liz. Good morning. Good morning. What are you working on today? I'm doing Coming to America, and just finished picking out my stitches on the boat because I accidentally did them with 2 strands instead of 1 like the rest of the piece, and it was looking way too heavy. And I'd had some miscounts, so it was like, you know what? We're getting rid of it. I'm going to fix it. So that's what I'm doing. Crocheting for a bit. Very nice. Good way to start this morning. I'm sure you're having the yucky weather like we are. It's like bleh. Cold and damp. I think it's only like 55 degrees outside. It's just kind of gross. But good day we're going to the movies later after we do a little housework around here. So it'll be good. Yeah, exactly. Blah. That sums up the weather today. It's definitely one of those just hang out in like comfies and do crafting all day days because it's just. Oh, yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's like mentally, I'm not thinking that it's the start of the summer because Max still has like 3 weeks of school left. He doesn't get out until Juneteenth this year. But yeah, it's like I just want spring. I want like some warm weather. It's been just kind of a cold. I know it's New England. We get damp, cold weather all the time in the spring, but it's like. So what are you gonna go see today? Oh, you're gonna go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. Nice. We're gonna go see the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie this afternoon. We're meeting up with Eric's cousin around like 4 o'clock or something like that to go see that. So that'll be fun. I actually never saw the entire Devil Wears Prada movie, the first one. So I need to see the first one before I go see the second one. But my friends who have seen it said it was really, really good. And, we're geeks. So we got to go see anything Star Wars. It's kind of a requirement. All right. Well, I'm going to get us started because I do want to get stitches in on this thing and feel like I'm making progress instead of de-stitching the entire day. So let me switch us over to the sprint. And I'll put, I don't know why my sprint captions have disappeared recently. Oh, your husband needs to see the Mandalorian series? Yeah. It's kind of a requirement probably to be able to find what the is going on with this. Hi, Pearl. Yes, everyone's live right now because all of us have the day off because it's Memorial Day here, our version of Remembrance Day. So yeah, that's why we're all live today because, we're all home and it's raining and it's gross and we can't go do anything outside. So we're all just hanging out and like sprinting because we have nothing else to do. The irony is that, I didn't sprint yesterday because I was worried that we wouldn't get home in time after my son's performance thing. We were home in time. I could have sprinted yesterday, but I was so tired after everything yesterday. I was like, yeah, the world doesn't need to see me like this. I was wiped. But yeah, I was mentioning earlier, everything went great this weekend. Max's test went fantastic. We won't get the results until Tuesday, but I want to say I'm like 97% sure that he passed. He looked really good. He looked really, really good. And then their demo team yesterday, they won their division in the demo performance, which was awesome. So he came home yesterday really, really, really happy. So I did have a great time with my mom. So my mom is a lot of fun. She is a bit of a force of nature, and she and I sometimes can butt heads, but things went fine. My brother, God love him, can be also a force of nature. And so there was a little family butting heads, but that happens when family gets together, especially those who don't live near each other. But we had a good time. I drove her around to show her the towns that we're thinking of moving to. She really liked them. Even though we're not ready to put our house on the market or ready to officially start looking yet, there were a couple of open houses in one of the towns we're looking at. So we went and saw them. And the one house was awesome. Like, if we were ready to move, my mom was like, yeah, you probably should have put an offer on this house. All right, you can stop. There we go. Okay. The other one was a neat house to look at, but needed way too much work. And my mom was like, you're not getting back into this situation. And I was like, I'm okay with that. We're not getting back into the complete, rehab house situation. But no, we had a good time and went out for dinner a couple of times. And my mom saw Max perform. Well, saw his test, and she was kind of blown away with how crazy it all was. Maybe before the next sprint, I'll pull up the video of Max doing his board breaking, because he like whipped through his boards like they were tissue paper. It was awesome. So yeah, it was good to see her. She and my brother headed back down to Pennsylvania yesterday morning, so we had the whole day yesterday, just to kind of get through Max's performance thing and then start settling for a bit of a weekend. My mom needed to go back down there. She's flying back home today from Pennsylvania, where the rest of my relatives live. But she was like, oh, well, I need to be back by 2:00. I don't know why I need to be back there by 2:00. Both my brother and I knew why she had to be back there by 2:00. She had my aunt and uncle were doing a surprise birthday thing for her, where 4 of her friends from high school were invited over to the house. So we knew why she had to be back in Pennsylvania by 2. But it also was a college graduation for 2 of my cousins who graduated. So it was awesome. And she's been sending photos of everything that I missed down there. I had originally hoped to go with her. But then when Max's performance was yesterday afternoon, I was like, oh, nope, mother duty calls. So had to be there for my kiddo first, and then we'll go see the rest of the relatives later, of course. So, but yeah, it was good. And now settling in for a rainy Memorial Day. All right. So let me get us started on our next sprint here. There we go. She looks very somber in this chair. It's a little too somber for my liking. So I think we're going to put her over by the window now. And since cross stitching is not an option, she's going to knit. You can pretend that this is me knowing how to knit. One of these days I'll learn again how to knit. But she's just kind of somber here. There needs to be smiling. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to get us started, and I will see everybody in another 45 minutes. Happy sprinting, everybody. All righty, everybody. Hello, hello. How did that sprint go for you? Mine did not have all of the stitching I'd hoped to. I kind of did one of those, oh, I really should get this done first. And then that led into, you know, all those little, oh, I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to get more coffee. And so I haven't gotten a whole ton of stitches in, but I decided to, I'm just getting my frame adjusted here. I decided that I'm going to switch gears a little bit off of that ship and focus on, well, I am on the ship, but I'm focusing on the sails right now, and I'm going to take care of everything that's left at the top of the pattern before I keep working down on the boat, just so it's done, because I worry that bouncing around a little bit like that, I might forget to go back and finish what I need to do. And I realized that one of the reasons I bounced down to the ship was because I was debating whether or not I needed to switch the blue at the top of the oh, you can't even see it on the pattern. The British flag at the top of it. When I kitted this up, I couldn't find the blue. It was all out of stock. And I grabbed a blue that was from my stash, but it's way too dark. So I'm going to see, I mean, that was a while ago. I think I have that blue now in my stash. So let me see if I have it actually while we're here. What color do I need? Chesapeake Bay. Okay. Let's see. That is my one with my ABCs. I keep all of my fancy floss on rings in alphabetical order. And I had a subscription to them for a while. Oh, yeah, that's a much better blue. This is the blue it's supposed to be. That's much better. It's much lighter. Because that does not look like a Union Jack when it's that dark. This is like, it probably won't show up on the screen, but it's at least like 2 or 3 shades lighter. I think the one I grabbed, yeah, I grabbed one called Freedom that I have. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Freedom. It'll be fine. No, it's not. It's funny because they actually cross. There's a couple of the shades in there that are pretty close, but it's just way too dark. So that's not a big deal. That's like picking out like 20 stitches or something. And I'm going to fix that during my next round. But yeah, I decided I should really get everything at the top here. I mean, you need to get the outlines done on these sails to even see them on the fabric. Otherwise, you just don't even see them. And right now, the birds look kind of wonky. I'm hoping that once I get the feet and the eyes in, they'll be a little bit better. But I may have to outline those later. Oh, as I pull it back, you can see it. But they disappear as you get close. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. I can't see my screen when I have those on. Let me go back to chat and see where we were. All right. So Liz commented on how she wanted to see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's out that we're going to go see this afternoon. She's like, her husband needs to see the Mandalorian series. Oh, you did it with a question mark. I don't know if that was a typo or not. It definitely would help. You probably could just go and enjoy it for, a Star Wars movie. But I really recommend seeing the Mandalorian series just to see the growth of the characters as they go along. before you go see the movie. I think that would be a good thing. And Pearl came in. Hello, hello. And she was shocked that everybody was live right now. Yeah, and like I said, I think a lot of it is just that we have a lot of the American contingent has the day off today because it's Memorial Day. So, and especially for those of us in the Northeast, the weather is just kind of yucky. So a lot of us are kind of inside. The black belt test went really, really well. I'm pretty sure he's going to pass, but we will find out on Tuesday. I'll share the of him board breaking in just a sec because I put it on my Facebook, and so I can just share that in a second. Did I have a good time with my mom? I did. Yes, we had a good time. There was a little family drama, as there always is when you get strong personalities together, but we had a great time. And lots of good chatting. And Yarn for More is here. Hello, hello, my dear. I hope that you are doing well. And thank you for pressing the like button. I am doing well. How are you? I hope that you are having a good day doing your crafting. I believe you came in either last weekend or the week before, I believe. So it's good to see you again. And thank you. And she said that even she crochets and knits. So you are more than welcome here. We are an equal opportunity crafting community. Yarn for More is my channel's name. Awesome. When I am done doing my streaming, I will pop over there and give you the love as well. Yeah, Lisa, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think there's a few too many little nuances in there that you might want to see the series, and especially without spoiling what happens in the most recent one. I think the evolution of Grogu in particular might be an important thing to see with the series before you get to the movie. But like I said, you could go and enjoy it without it. I think it's one of those things where, you know, you appreciate it more if you know the backstory, but you could easily bring someone to see it. So drag him to see it. It's all good. No, I don't want to block Liz. Restream, behave. All right. I saw the series. He hasn't. Yep. Yeah. Excuse me. I haven't watched it since it first aired. I'm going to pause the timer. That 10-minute timer goes faster than I thought it would. Yeah, I thought I haven't seen it since it first aired, and so I'm like, I don't know if I remember everything that happened, but I'm sure that once I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll be fine. But you know, it's a Star Wars movie. I'm just gonna have fun with it that way. All right, I'm gonna get this video from Max's board test because yes, I was very, very, very proud of him. Get on my page. And actually, I can show his demo thing too. Okay. Oop, pause. Pause. There we go. All right, let me share this real quick. No, I don't want to share you. So a little bit of a preface before I show this. There's a kiddo there to the right in the white gi who was having a rough go with his kicks. But so he kind of didn't pay attention to where Max was, but he's okay. So Max is this kiddo right here. And for his test, he was required to do 2 hand brakes and 2 foot brakes. And the kid that almost got kicked walking by Max, yeah, is this poor kiddo right here who really was struggling with his board break. And I get it. He was panicking because, the test didn't go well. So, all right, but here's what happened during Max's board breaks. The first one in particular is kind of funny because it wound up breaking in 3 pieces, not 2. And yeah, that's the kiddo that freaked out a little bit. So that was his break. And yeah, we can yeah, okay, stop. Stop. Go away. Go away. Go away. There we go. Okay. Um so yeah, I mean, yes, the you could lay it on the teachers, but honestly, the kid was frazzled and I feel sorry for him a little bit. And they they're focused on the kid that they're focused on, and there's a lot going on there, so I don't fault them, but I'm glad that Max was aware and pulled his kick before. um Although honestly, he was still warming up, so he wasn't even going full board. But yeah, thankfully that kiddo is okay and no one got kicked, but it was like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, they actually they don't rope off the areas because each of the groups, Liz, that they had, so there were multiple groups testing, and they were kind of doing stations, but you know, hopefully that kiddo, when he goes back, he's like, oh yeah, I need to be more socially aware. But it's all good. It crap happens. So, and Max did not spin and give the kiddo a kick. So it's all good. Um, Anyway, so all right. But yes, I'm very proud of him. And I do think he passed. We'll find out on Tuesday. And then I'm sure I'll be beaming all over Facebook, being proud of my kiddo. So yes, saw the video. One kid almost got kicked walking by Max. Yep. Got some blueberry healthy pudding made, got laundry drying, and added to my Substack. Oh, and made a Facebook page for the new biz. Very nice. I haven't posted on my Substack in a little bit. I need to do some good writing. That'll probably be tomorrow morning when I do Writers Club with Darius. I just haven't been on it in a couple of weeks because of stuff going on. So hopefully I can get something cranked out and posted tomorrow. Liz was like, yeah, instructors should have been mindful. Yeah, they have the testing area roped off from where the observers are, but that kid was testing. So, and then Christina's here. Hello, hello. And saying, yes, remember everybody, all the things. Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take your meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. And also make sure you sub and ring that bell so hopefully you get notified. Yes. On that note, like I mentioned, everything is back on to normal schedule next week. For me, I will be streaming now every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern until mid-July. I have no interruptions for like a month and a half, so we are on schedule. And I also, on the first Saturday of June, which I believe is June 5th, and I've already put it in my scheduled live streams. My husband is going to be away And sorry, June 6th, Saturday, June 6th. I will be here with Max, and we're going to just have a chill weekend while my husband is away with the guys. So I am going to be doing a special live streaming that afternoon as I do some stitching. Like I said, it's already on my YouTube page. I don't even remember what time I said I was streaming. Let me grab that real quick because, you know, that's an important thing to have. Hold, please. I think I just said, yeah, that time sounds good. And I just kind of threw it on there. So special sprints, I'm going to be doing 4 p.m. on June 6th, and I'm actually going to be running for more hours than I normally do. I'm just going to hang out and stitch. So I think I have it blocked off for like 4 hours, maybe 5, and we'll just kind of go from there and see how it goes. So, but yeah, otherwise I am on normal sprints. I have them scheduled all the way through the 5th of July at this point because I have nothing planned. All right. So I am going to get us into our final sprint here for the morning. I am not going to run us in I don't think I'm going to run us in a runoff sprint, but I'll come back after this sprint just to chat for just a little bit before I let you guys go do whatever you're doing this Monday. Oh, and a big plane just went by over my house. Apparently we are the takeoff and landing route this morning. Okay, let me get this going here. And I think now she needs to do something else again, I think. I'm going to have her over in the kitchen. I'm going to have her do something creative. I have a little puppers. Isn't he cute? Okay, so let me skip this. And we'll get ourselves going. And happy sprinting, everybody. All right, everybody. I'm actually going to do another sprint anyway of a half hour because it looks like the guys are watching a show and I'm kind of in a good rhythm. So we will start another one, but let me set this up for a 30-minute sprint. And then we'll get going. Okay, so how'd that go for everybody? I get a little bit done. I decided I'm doing you can't see it really well. Let me pull this. No, you can't really see. Oh, there we go. That'll work. I finished the off-white on the sail. This next sprint, I'm going to get the outlining done on these two sails so that you can actually see them. And yeah, but it's good to get that done because it's like off-white over white and it sucks. But yeah, so that's what I did during that sprint. And yeah, we'll do another 30-minute sprint to take us up to just after 12 o'clock. And I think some other folks will be doing stuff then too. And let me see where we are on chat. So Jen came in. Hello, Melissa and Chad. I'm working on my tandem read of Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn. Hope everyone else is doing well. Awesome. Yes, we are. I am, while I'm stitching today, I am listening to 12 Months by Jim Butcher, which is the most recent Harry Dresden novel. It's kind of dark and gloomy and depressing, but it's a good book. Just to get me off of my Dungeon Crawler Carl kick for a little bit and wrap up something else that I had in process. So I am on chapter 23. I've got about 10 and a half hours left on the audiobook. So plugging right along. And I said, hello. And Pearl said, got some food in the oven and wiped down some counters. Now I will chill for a bit, as you should. Relax, get a little bit done. Once I'm done streaming here, that's when I'm going to be getting some stuff done around here. A little bit of tidying, a little more packing. You know, got like the goal to do like 2 boxes today just to keep it moving. And then we'll go see the movie. So it'll be a good afternoon. Like, that looks great. Thank you. I got 2 chapters read in Tower of Dawn. Very nice. Yeah, I definitely wanted, that's the other reason I'm like, ooh, the book's getting good. So I need like another half hour where I can listen to the book for a bit and just get a little further along because stuff's starting to pick up. So, you know, and like I said, they're watching something in the other room. So, haha. All right. Well, just to keep us on a bit of since it is 11:35, I'm going to get us started on that last sprint. I am going to share some links to folks, and let me see who else. I mean, according to Pearl, everybody in the world is sprinting today, which does not surprise me because it is a long weekend for those of us here in the States. Let me see who else is going right now. Of course, there's Kooky Mayhem going on all month. Right now, Virtues of Books is going. Morning Time Pirates is currently going, but I believe they wrap up at noon. I could be wrong, but I'll share that. Crafty Sprints. Lexi is streaming right now. Nicole from Noteworthy Fiction is streaming right now. She is doing a 12-hour marathon today, 9 to 9. So she will be doing stuff all day. If you need more sprints this afternoon. Who else do I have on my live stream? I know there's other people going, but that looks like that's what I have going right now. As far as folks in our group, I know Pearl will be running tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. like she normally does on Tuesdays. Jen, I don't know what your schedule is off the top of my head. Going to your page. Oh, you did part of Kooky yesterday. Okay. Oof. 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Boy, you were daring. Excuse me. Okay. So Jen is doing more Kooky streams on the 29th from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. If you need some reading later this week. And then I know Pearl will also be doing bingo on Friday night on her channel. So I will provide links to everybody there. But yeah, if you go onto YouTube and go to live and type in booktube or productivity sprints, you'll see a bunch of people streaming today and the rest of the week. All right, so let's get going on that final sprint. And we're not on the third sprint now. We're just going to do a wrap-up sprint. And this will be a 30-minute one. And we're going to change scenery again just because. I'm just going to have her read. All right, everybody. Let's do that because that's important. Okay, so we'll go back to sprinting for a bit. Happy sprinting, everyone. If you are taking off to head over to other people's pages, have a great rest of your Sunday or Monday. It's Monday, not Sunday. And like I said, I will be back here next week on Sunday, my normal time at 5 p.m. And I will see folks then. Happy sprinting. All right, everybody. So that was our last sprint. Virtue of Books and Ashley both came in. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry that we're wrapping up, Ashley. But thank you for stopping by anyway. So, yep, if you go a little bit further up in the chat, there's a bunch of folks who are sprinting. Of course, you can always just type in, productivity sprints, reading sprints, whatnot in YouTube and press on live and you'll find folks. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people today with the holiday here in the US. But I am going to go and start getting stuff done around the house that I need to get done for the day. I hope everyone else has a good Memorial Day who are observing it today. If you are not in the US, I hope you have a great Monday. And I will see all of you guys either on other folks' sprints throughout the week or at my own this Sunday at 5 p.m. Until then, take care, everybody, and have a great week. Bye, all.